So now, cheers to a choppy, open today 0DT team. This is your routine briefing. Or, as my kind and supportive friend OJ might say, my puppet show. So, I don't have any puppets, but we're going to use this for today's puppet OJ. Just know that that's sitting right there for you. So it's time to review today's SPX 0DT Open, and we're going to start with our chart of the day. So I have a little script I'm working on for this to keep it structured. So if you see me peeking over here, that's what's going on. So chart of the day is really it's less of a chart and more of a graph. And for me, it's this position that I was just working on this morning. Um, that's why I'm quite tardy. And yeah, so that's the chart of the day. Because this kind of just encapsulates what I think is going to happen. I think we're going to close kind of in this tight range here. Um, Obviously, we'll see there's profits and stops along the way. So yeah, so that's what's going on. That same kind friend of mine, OJ, I was talking to him about some other mechanics last night, and that's just kind of playing with those a little. So we'll see how that goes. So let's jump into the stuff that is actually pertinent to your trading, which is what's going on in the market today. So yesterday, this is the daily chart. We had a supply zone, I think it extended up to like the 65 level around here, and we did technically break through that yesterday. So yes, it's very bullish. You can just look at this as the daily chart. However, I think we're going to have a bit of a wider range today. Again, we're just kind of watching what happens around that 3900 area. Everyone's trying to find balance, but I think for the next couple trading sessions, uh, it'll be particularly interesting when we get the CPI data. I'm looking for more of an extended range, but you can see that we do have. So this is kind of looks to me like one of those cup and handle patterns. So chartists, if that is incorrect, please feel free to correct me. But I'm going to kind of watch as we consolidate into this area, and I'm really looking for more of a bullish lean. I think long term, still it's still on the daily. The bulls do have control. We did break through that triangle, and so really what I'm watching for that continuation is for them to make a higher high. So we'll see. Like I said, I think we're gonna have wide ranges. Today it is a bit tight so far. Um, we'll talk a little more about the TPO in another section. Let's see what else do I got here. Again, on a script. So let's see. Okay, so yeah, so on the upside, I do have that bearish bias uh, on this kind of daily time frame from about 39.52, which because if you look at the 4 hour, break it in here a little bit. I just realized I'm showing the wrong screen, so I'm going to go back real quick to the chart that I was just talking about. Yesterday was the audio issues. Today it is the display issues. Um, I apologize for my ineptitude, but we'll get it. We'll get it. Um, you know, I'm learning the YouTube game as time goes on, and I do hang out with a lot of you older folks, so I think you're rubbing off on me a little bit. We'll see. In any case, yeah, so that's what I'm talking about. I was pointing with the mouse. You get kind of that cup and handle type look. Again, I'm not sure since we went as high as we did, if that's still the pattern. Like I said, that's kind of what I'm watching. So it's more important to focus on those levels. Again, that's 39.52 on the upside. I'm going to be real interested to see what happens around the 70 area on ES if we can get down there, but definitely that 833. So moving on, today you're seeing kind of this consolidation. As long as we hold above that overnight low at 38.91, that is a key structural area from the European session. And to me, until we get below there, we're just kind of picking up a lot of those sellers who maybe got caught a little bit offside. So I still do have kind of a bearish bullish lean, if that makes sense. On the day, I do think that you're still going to keep getting some of these rebids near the lows. Yet I don't expect any type of continued run necessarily until we do get past 51. So everything's tightening up. If you're a premium seller, obviously these ranges become much farther away. So I think that's why it's important to focus on the levels which are in that document I'm always talking about. Sorry, my headphone turned off there, which you can find in the description. So uh, Bears still has that bearish lean. There's a breakdown box. And let's go to that 4-hour chart so we can look at what I'm looking at there. You do have that breakdown box. I think based on today's action, a little bit lower, but especially on this 4-hour chart, now that 40 to 50 area is going to be decent supply. So that's where I'm getting that number from. So just intraday, I think it's 39.70, 39.80 is that primary demand zone we're looking at. If the bears can push us below that overnight low. So that's a primary demand zone. I need to change charts. Let's look at the TPO for this one. Okay, so yeah, so it's that poor low. They clean that up. I do think that we extend a little bit into that 70 to 80 area. Yeah, there's a lot of support down there, so I'm not really expecting any type of large trend move to the downside today. We'll obviously see, but I think you're just going to see a lot of this chop, perhaps even until that CPI number comes out. So on the upside today, intraday is 40 to 45. Again, it's that 50. What number was that? 51 area. Let me double check. Yeah, it's that 52, that break of 52 area that really signals perhaps we might get an extended move, but I think that 40 45 is going to give the uh, the bulls some issue if and when they do get there, because you can see it's at the near the top of on the TPO here on the top of that value area from yesterday. So 47, if you want to put a number to it, I would think would be about the extent of this move and a good entry for perhaps one of those excess plays. So profile itself. So you'll see in that warm-up document, if any of you have ever looked at it, um, different types of TPOs. You'll see like rotation, neutral, trend, etc. You can see where I'm kind of getting those numbers. If you go to that routine trading folder, again, it's in the description here. Um, you can see it's called TPO, warm-up TPO PDF in that folder, and it'll give you kind of what to look for and where these come from. I think they're helpful to read the days, so I just wanted to mention that today. One more component, let's just take a quick look at volatility. You can see steady downtrend all day. You had that early double top that you're kind of seeing there. We are making lower lows. So this is just kind of signifying what we are seeing in just the raw price action, which is that there's not much fear behind this move. Okay, so let's just get our numbers real quick one more time in the TPO. You can see all these rectangles and stuff. I just think of that as supply. That dash there is, I think, going to be the high of day today. If they do get that far, I'll be looking for excess trades within that range, and then beyond that 52 number, we're going to want to watch a retest of the high. So that's the levels I have today, and that's all. So as always, please feel free to respond to the email if you're getting the newsletter, or tweet at Routine Trader with your thoughts. I'm also happy to answer any questions you may have in the comment section of this video. So finally, until tomorrow, stay classy and enjoy your days.